part 4 is now configuring the routers. Okay? So configuring the routers, you got to remember we did the hosts, we did the switches. Now we'll do the routers. So we have router A, router B, and router C. Now one of the things you're going to realize with Cisco is that the commands are almost the same. Alright? The modes are the same. So if you click on router A, okay, now we're in router A. You click on CLI. Okay? Now the first thing is going to come up is the setup mode. Once you're in setup mode, if you do yes, it's going to take you to a wizard. You don't ever do yes in my class. You always do no. Okay? So now we're in what mode is. What's this mode called? User mode. So we type EN. Alright, we're in what? Privilege mode. We do config T. Is everybody with me so far? So once we do config T, it takes us to what? Global configuration mode. Okay? So, one of the things I like to do first, so let's give it a host name. So we do host name, router A. Is everybody with me so far? So now we give it a host name called router A. Okay, now we could go ahead and do the same thing. Enable, secret, Cisco. Alright, now look what I'm going to do now. I'm going to do service, password. So I turn on service password encryption right away. Now if you see, I have SER. So what I'm hitting is the tab key. Everybody got that? So I hit enter. So now I could go and type all my other passwords. So I do line VTY zero, doesn't matter, space 4. I do password Cisco. Alright, login. Then I could do line console 0, password Cisco, login. Now people do the command login synchronous. Alright, what that does is it helps you to stop all the rolling comments that come on the screen. So you want to always do that. Alright? You want to always put that in there. Now if you see when I type a command, I'm teaching you how to use the tab key. So when you use the tab key, it completes the command for you. You don't have to type all day. Everybody with me so far? So we type exit. So our next step now, okay guys, is to look at the interfaces that exist on the router. Okay? So the command you always type, always remember this command, show. So because we're in this mode, we're going to have to use the word command do. Alright? Yeah. If I'm in any other mode except privilege mode, I use the command do. Okay guys? So I'll do show IP interface free. Now this is important. I want to see my interfaces. I want to see the interfaces that I have. And which interfaces did we set up on the router when we did the topology? We do what? F00, right? We use F00, right guys? This is the one we use. We use S00, okay? And then we use what? S010. Everybody with me so far? So these are the interfaces we use. Are these interfaces on the router? Yes. If you don't see them on the router, you can't use them. So, how do we access the interface? We type INT F. So F means fast Ethernet 0/0. Everybody with me so far? And I hit enter. Now I do the same thing. I type IP address 180.10.what? 32.1 space 255.255.224.0. Everybody with me so far? I hit enter. So now what's the other command I have to do? Because I want to bring the interface up. What do I have to do? No shut. Everybody got that? So this says the interface is now what? Up. To verify that the interface is up, you can now look here. And you'll see the interface turns green. That means it's up. Okay guys? So let's go ahead. So our next move now is to do the serial interface. You don't have to come out of an interface to go into another interface. So I'll do int s. Look at what I'm going to do. 0/0/0. Because that's what the interface is labeled as. Serial. S means serial. So I hit enter. So now I do the same thing. IP address. Now remember, this is on the network what? 192.168, right guys? So if we look back at our diagram over here, it tells us that 192 right here. It tells us right here, 192.168.1.0 connects router A to what? Router B, right guys? And we know that the DC interface is what? On router what? A. Is everybody with me? So let's go ahead. It's going to be 192.168.1.1. That's what we're going to start off. 255.255.255.0. Alright? We want to do clock rate. Because we're on the DC side. We're going to say 64,000. And then we're going to also do no. So we're going to give the interface a description also. DESC. DESC or description. Alright, if I hit the tab key, it'll complete the word description. Alright, so I'm going to say here connects to router. So what I can do here, I put an acronym. Or what we call a wildcard. So I can do any wildcard I want. So I can use a $sign. I say connect to router B. And I end my wildcard. So there you go. So whatever is within this wildcard is going to show me what's in the wildcard. Normally people give it a description. Alright, if you're in the real world, you always want to give it descriptions because you want to make sure you know what you're doing. Alright? Alright, so now I'm going to do no shut. Then I'll go to the other interface. Now guess what? I don't have to type again. I'll just hit the up arrow key. Look at that. So I'll now hit the up arrow key. I move my mouse over. And I'll say this is 2.1. I could just hit Control E. Control E takes me to the end. I hit enter. Then I hit the up arrow key again. Look at this. I'm not typing anymore. Clock rate. Hit enter. Then I hit the up arrow key again. I go to description. Sorry guys. Alright. So, we made a mistake. So we got to thank you for reminding me. Alright. So now, if we want to remove the IP address, alright, we just do no IP address. We just remove the IP address. So, what happened is, we were still on serial 00. We didn't move it to serial 1, which is a good thing. So now everybody knows how to remove an IP address on a router. Alright? You build something wrong, you put the no in front of it. Is everybody with me? So let's go ahead. So I have to put back the IP address. The original IP address. So the original IP address was that. So I put back the original IP address. So now I'm going to go to the other interface. So it's going to be S0/what? 1/0. And now I do the same thing. So now I hit the up arrow key. And I bring back all my IPs. 2.1. I do my clock rate. I do my description. This is going to connect to which router now, guys? There you go. Good job. Alright? And I always do at the bottom what? No what? There you go. So if you see what I did, I just keep waving on what? The up and down arrow key. Is everybody with me so far? Alright. So I'll do Control Z. And I'll do copy what? Copy, run, start. Everybody with me? We done that.